Okay, y'all, I am so excited for tonight. I'm always excited about team jams, but like this one I'm really excited about. I have known Emily for a couple of years now, and I have had the privilege of being on some trips with her, and we both did a Melissa Eichenhorst coaching together, and I just have continued to learn from her over the years. And when I say like there are just things that she does and she says where I'm like, man, she just like gets it. And it has just been really inspiring, like for me to see her grow and then maybe hit some like roadblocks along the way and then just do the dang thing again, and not give up when times get hard. Like it's just been really, really cool and inspiring to me. And so, anyways, I'm so excited. I'm just going to pass this off to you and just let you get started. So
Well,
go for
hey
it, please.
y'all. Taylor, thanks for inviting me. I know that tonight I'm talking to some people that are new to Plexus and that have been here for a minute. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory, and then we're going to dive into just I call it the art of decision making. And that's if you're a note taker, get you some notes, get you a pen real quick because you're going to be like, "Ooh, that Southern lady's got some isms," and you're going to like want to write them all down. Okay. Now, backstory. I got started in 2014, 10 years ago. My first baby um, is what changed my entire mindset. When I was 24, I literally lived on Diet
There
Coke
was a kid kept about one
and
penny while
uh,
I have it opening.
hold on. If you can mute yourselves,
Yeah,
everybody.
That one mom knows that one mom. Don't come up.
yeah.
Mute yourself, Ashley. Thank you. Okay, so a couple things. When I first started, Scott was deployed. That's my husband. He's now an Emerald Ambassador in Plexus. We are a Diamond, Senior Ruby, and Emerald household. And it was not always like that. So for those of you who are like, I'm just trying to get to gold, like I know, I feel that entirely. So what happened was I had a baby. And I come from corporate America. I had done network marketing before and didn't really have any interest in, doing or building a business in that type of industry. I really enjoyed corporate America. And I just thought I was going to have this baby, put the baby in daycare, and go right back to work. And my mom was like, okay, girl, if you think so. So what happened was my husband deployed 2 weeks before I had our first baby. So I had that first baby by myself. Now, my mom was a single mom. My sister was a single mom. So all the props and praise hands to single moms. I don't know how they did it because that's how I lived this life for 7 months while Scott was deployed and I had to figure out being a mom. And it just had me thinking, how was I going to send this baby to daycare and work when I was working for free? So I wanted to do some math with you real quick. Some of you are thinking about getting to gold and ruby and senior ruby in this Plexus compensation plan. But truthfully, there's nothing better than extra income because back then my circumstance was I could go to work 9 to 5, get my big girl job, wear my cute little business clothes, but every penny, every dime I made would have gone towards diapers, gas money, daycare, etc. So I was really working for free. There was no profit from sitting in traffic, working for a boss, not working towards my own dreams or the future that I desired. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. So this is where Plexus comes into play. Ironically, in the back of my mind, I knew I could do this if I really wanted to. But I'm that person that like, Emily, could you or could you not be a hula dancer? Probably not, but will we try? Absolutely. That was just my mindset I've had since I was a little girl was I am not good at that, but you best believe I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna think in my head I look so great doing it, and I probably don't. And here's the thing. I saw a good friend of mine that I had met. She actually grew up with my husband's sisters. Small world. I love how network marketing connects so many people. It's like one big family tree, right? And she had gone Ruby in the comp plan. And then a few months later, I noticed that she was driving a Plexus Lexus. And I was like, I don't even know what a Lexus is. I just need a car. I didn't even have a car. And she had given, all the shout out to her team and like this Plexus compensation plan that allowed her to earn a car. So, like I said, it got my wheels turning. Here I was with this baby and no money and a broke bank account. We were a military family living credit card to credit card. And I was sick and tired of that. And I don't mean like sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like I was done. I was like, how do I change my life? How do I get out of this funk, this hamster wheel? I want to do something that I love, that I enjoy, where I like the people I work with, right? And so I didn't even join her. I didn't even join her. The girl that I saw earn the Plexus Lexus, I didn't join her. I signed up with another military wife that I saw literally sick and tired all the time. Like that girl is checking into urgent care and hospital like every other week. And I'm like, are you all right? Like her husband was deployed with mine. And so I'm like, are you okay? And then next thing I know, she's looking like fitness Barbie out on the beaches of California, working out, looking all cute. And I'm like, wait a minute, you were so sick like 3 months ago. What changed? And so I sent her a message and I'm like, you look great. Like you look like you're thriving and healthy and like you're getting ready for the guys to come home from this deployment. And she goes, yeah, I started Plexus. And I'm like, yep, y'all know. You're like, bless your heart. Okay. And in the South, we say that and it's not nice. So if anyone ever says that to you from the South, it's a nice thing. And I told her, bless your heart. And she was like, what do you mean? I said, you got sucked into one of those things. I did Mary Kay. I know. She was like, Emily, it's not like that. Like it's genuinely helping me. And I was like, okay. And I continued to watch. And when I had that baby and yeast infections came on with a vengeance postpartum, and I was like, what are these? I asked my OB, what do I need to do? And she said, well, it's gut health. And I was like, old people? And she was like, no, it's not for old. Gut health is for everyone. It's not an old people thing. I was like, so how do I fix it? She's, well, you're going to need a probiotic. I was like, well, I eat yogurt. She's like, no, ma'am, you're going to need a really good probiotic to help with that. And I was like, well, I know that one Plexus girl. And she was like, start there. Google it, start there. Like, we don't do that here at the OB. Like, I'm only supposed to, prescribe you another steroid. And I was like, no, thank you. It makes it worse. So that's how we got here. 10 years later, literally a postpartum yeast infection. There ain't nothing sexier than that, you guys. That's it. That's the story. That's what I'm sticking to. And here's what happened. I ordered my triplex and Plexus got my order wrong. I didn't even get ProBio 5 in my order. I got Slim, BioCleanse, and Accelerator Plus, which is now MetaBurn. And I was like, dadgummit. I'm over here waiting for this yeast infection to go away. I was feeling great, energized, not drinking diet soda. The pink drink was delicious. And finally, I get a call from who is now, we know him as Chris Pike. He's operations director at Plexus, but back then he was 21 years old and answering the phone in customer service. And he said, Miss Roberts, we forgot to send you ProBio 5. It's on the way to your house, whatever. Okay. So I get my product, literally no yeast infection in 2 weeks. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, what? This was magic. This can't be legal. What is this stuff? Right. So I start telling everybody. Because when you like something, you talk about it. Yes. Hey, fun fact, we're in sales. I know it's cute to call it social sharing, network marketing, direct sales. Like this is sales. And so a lot of you are probably really bad at sales. And that's okay because we can get good at it. And I'm going to show you some things here in a second. So what I started doing was almost like a diary entry on Facebook. Not like mama jama, baby mama crap, nothing like that. It was just literally like I'm looking for my phone and I'm reading my notes off of it. My mom's texting me. Hold, please. She's picking up my curbside order because I have a Zoom. So I'm going to text that she is here picking up her groceries. See, anybody can be a diamond. Okay, back to business. So I started telling everyone. So the first post I ever made in the history of ever on social media, if you go back all the way to 2014, I think it was, when did I sign? July 4th, 2014. By the end of July, I posted, been on this stuff over a week, haven't had a thought about a Diet Coke. This pink drink really works. I had 83 comments on it. 3 of those comments were positive. The other 80 were so stinking mean. I should have dug a hole, crawled in it, covered myself up with dirt, and just cried it out. But we didn't. I had some sore thumbs and some fingers because I was like back to back. Like I went at every person that came at me and was like, you fell for it. You got sucked in, pyramid scheme, snake oil, all the things. Okay. I was like, so listen, you guys, if something works, why would you not tell everyone? And why would you not use it? I don't know about y'all, but I don't plan on drinking Diet Coke for the rest of my life. Now, do I still have one? Look, a little mini baby one occasionally. Sure do. I love me a good crispy Diet Coke for the haters, okay? But I don't rely on it to get through my day. I'm not dehydrated. It's not it's not breaking my face out. No, we're a new woman. Okay. We drink water and we have our pink drink and all our Plexus drinks every day. So I just kept showing up because those haters made me mad. The skeptics made me mad. And so I just kept showing up. And yeah, I probably shouldn't have posted for them. And a couple of times I did. But more importantly, I just showed up every day. And I am proud to say it's been 10 years and I've never, ever, 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 ever in the history of ever missed a day to talk about what I'm doing in Plexus. Ever. Ever. Even when I lost half of my business in 2018 to 2 other companies, did I stop posting? Did I get a little quiet? Yes. Did I cry a lot? A little bit. But I never, ever, ever gave up. Actually, my husband, direct quote, was, then quit. I lost 9 of my level 1 leaders. They were gold, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby. They went elsewhere. And you know what? That happens. Kind of like people that work at Target and they go work for Best Buy or Walmart, whatever. It happens. It's business. I took it very personally because these were my friends. I held their babies. I was in their wedding. It sucked. But what happened was I grew a pair. And I know that's not very nice to say, but I did. And I was like, let's go. And then when my husband told me to quit, that was when grit kicked in. That was that mental toughness. You can't learn that. You have to go through it. And I just looked at my husband and I remember I tossed my hair over my shoulder and I said, what did you say to me? And he said, quit. I said, you know who I am? I got to diamond in 21 months. I did this. And I started listing all these Plexus achievements and accomplishments. He goes, there she is. I was just checking. There she is. So tonight I come before you as someone who has gone up in points and gone down in points and gone up in my points and down in points. Anybody else? Maybe you got to silver and then they all didn't reorder. Maybe you got to senior silver and you're like, how do I get to gold? Maybe you're on here tonight, like, teach me all the things. Great. Buckle up, Buttercup. We about to dive in. And it starts with the art of decision making. You have to decide that where you're going and how you are going to get there. And you have to give it an end date. I will be a gold brand ambassador by November 30th. I will have 100 pay points on November 30th. Your goals need a deadline. If you do not have a deadline, then your goal is just words on paper. You can make a plan, but if you don't work the plan, they're just words on paper. So something that I had to change was I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it by this date. And you have to start small. And it may not even be Plexus related. For me, it was I'm going to make my bed 5 days a week. That is not Plexus related. It's habit related. Did you know the grooves in your brain are the patterns and the habits that you have created over your 30, 40, 50 years of life? So I literally made a new groove in my brain to make my bed. Guess whose bed is made right now? Taylor, I'm going to take y'all to my bedroom real quick. I'm not joking with y'all when I say in 2018, I started making my bed every single day to form a new habit so that I could be good at this. My kids in my bed, but it was made. See, there's those pillows. Every single day since 2018, when I lost half of my business, I started making my bed because I felt like everything was out of control. I didn't know how to make or get a business builder. I didn't know how to work direct sales. I didn't know how to sell anything. I can't this, I can't that. I was in that victim mindset. And so I said, enough is enough. I can commit to something. Dadgummit, I can commit to something. And it was making my bed. And I'm happy to report we're still doing that 6 years later. Okay. So I make my bed every single day and I committed to doing that 5 days a week. And then it led to, I'm going to write down my schedule. How many of you have ever said, like, your friend has the cute little calendar and it's got tabs, it's color coordinated, and you're just like, you're cute. Ugh, I could never. Good for you. Okay. That was me. Literally, these words came out of my mouth. I will never have a calendar. And the second thing I used to say all the time is I'm not a runner. If I'm running, you should be running too because someone's coming after me. Okay. Those are 2 things that I said all the time 5, 6 years ago. I am proud to report that I have a calendar and I ran a half marathon last December and I run every single day. I've lost 50 pounds in the last year. Y'all have seen it on Facebook. There's no fluff. There's no smoke and mirrors. It's literally a habit that I had to create so I could live longer and be stronger and be a better mom, be a better lover to my man. I had to make these changes. And you're like, what does that have to do with It has everything to do with it. Because you aren't going to work your business if you and your man are fighting. You're not going to work your business if your kid is struggling. You're not going to work your business if your house is a mess and your bed is not made. You're just not, right? I know, because I don't. Today, I worked my business for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. That was the only capacity I allowed because my daughter has a birthday party on Friday and my table is covered in crap because we're homeschooling this year for the first time. Y'all are literally in my homeschool corner. I'm not joking. Look, I got art card. Y'all are sitting on curriculum right now. I'm figuring it out. In my living room, Christmas has exploded. We are those people. We decorate November 1st. And so I gave myself, 30 minutes. But let me tell you what happened in 30 minutes today. I didn't scroll. I didn't go put out fires, my team, Chicken Littles, the sky is falling. I didn't do that. I didn't even check my chats. I followed up with 3 people. I have a list of all my people I'm working with right now. 2 of them enrolled today. And then I was like, I'm done. And I didn't feel bad about it. And I didn't say it wasn't enough. And I didn't have shame around my points being not where I want them to be. I just said, I worked my business for 30 minutes today and I signed 2 people. So that's what I want to teach you. I want to teach you how to make the decision and put a deadline on it, because your profession, in case you didn't know, is to help others make a decision. Just like authors write books and their titles and their words in those books, they want us to be a buyer of the book. So they have to make words that make us want to buy the book. So in Plexus, what could that look like? A problem solver of some kind, yes? I want them to make a decision to buy their vitamin from me instead of going to Walmart, GNC, Kroger, Publix, Safeway. I don't know where any of y'all live or where y'all have. Hopefully those places made sense. But I don't want them to go there. I want them to be like, oh, that gut health mom. Oh, that girl that posted about the multivitamin. Oh, that girl, I need $300 yesterday. She posted about making money from home. I need to message her. Okay. We have to help people make a decision, and quickly. Have you ever gotten on Instagram and you were like, I do not need that sweatshirt. And then next thing you know, you're wearing the sweatshirt. Anybody? Okay. That is because that advertisement popped up from those little robot algorithms and you just happened to see it at least 20 times, because that's how many times someone needs to be exposed to something before they make a decision or a purchase. So when you think you're not posting enough or posting too much, you think you're posting too much, you think you're spammy, you think your business isn't going anywhere. Actually, they needed to see it 20 times. They needed to hear from you 20 times before they could make that decision. Ironically, that's about how many people you need to get to gold in your organization. 20 people. So I would like for you to do a little math with me for a minute. Do you think, yes, you can, by the way, the answer is yes. Do you think that you could come up with a list of 20 people who currently exist on your team and are not on your team? 20 people, 20 names. I have mine right here. Don't worry, I'm doing this with you. That you could start a conversation with or open up the conversation with. Would extra Christmas cash change your mindset this week? Would extra Christmas cash mean less stress for you? If you earn $300 with Plexus, would that create margin for you to get what you needed to pay your bills, to pay off debt, to buy the Christmas tree that your kiddos are begging for, whatever that looks like? But just starting that conversation. And sometimes the conversation is not about money or Plexus. It's genuinely like, I really like the hat you have on today. It's super cute. Where'd you get it? It's just having the confidence and the boldness to just start the conversation. Believe it or not, people go to bed every single night and pray for their wellness and their wealth of some sort. They want to be thinner. They want to be healthier. They want more money in the bank. They need to find a way to pay for that emergency. And you're sitting on an opportunity that offers both to people. That is your flex and your superpower. Be excited. Don't be fretful about that. Okay. So we know that getting to gold is equivalent to enrolling 17 people. Some of you have the influence and the leadership over your network to do just that. You could totally go out and recruit 17 people. I'm not asking you to do that. Taylor's not asking you to do that. A smart businesswoman would enroll for and make more, right? That's what we learn in all our Plexus trainings. You're going to enroll 4 VIPs and you're going to immediately create some sort of onboarding system so that each 4 of them are told the same thing and they're given the same map and plan to begin. Because if we don't do that, what happens? This person starts their products 9 days later. This person never touches their products. This person has no idea they can make money or that they have a referral link. This person doesn't know that they have a subscription, right? Like if we don't have a system in place when we welcome someone to our business, they don't know what they don't know. I like to think of welcoming people or my onboarding system as something as similar to those that work in the restaurant or food industry. Have any of you ever been a server before? Waitress, bartender, anybody? None of you? Okay, thank you, Heather. Marissa, did you say yes? No? Okay, here's the thing. Vanessa's like most of my life. Okay, I was in the food industry for years. So in case you didn't know, a little fun fact, you come into the restaurant, you apply for the job, and they are going to say, yes, you have training. You're usually in training for a full week, depending on how understaffed they are. And then you have to have a list of things before you begin. A uniform, nonstick shoes, an apron, a pen and pad to write down orders, some sort of knowledge of how to work the POS system to put the orders in, okay? I can't come in and serve Marissa and her family if I don't know what I'm doing or what the soup of the day is. How do we expect to be any different in our Plexus business if we don't have some sort of onboarding or training protocol when we bring on a new customer? If you want to grow your business beyond silver, beyond senior silver, you have to have a system in place that gets people excited and confident about what they're doing and where they're going. So what that looks like for me is, and I'll read you right here in the notes of my phone. I have something that I typed up. It literally looks like this. It says onboarding system. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cute little emojis that go with each thing. And the first one says, it's a smiley face. It says, thank you so much for your order. Please check in with me when it arrives and take a picture to tag me on Facebook or Instagram stories. Okay. They've just enrolled with me and this is what I reply back. Okay. The second thing says, my expectations for you are to stay hydrated, take before pictures and listen to your body, be consistent to see results. I go to Burn Boot Camp for my weekly workouts. Whatever you choose is great. I'm here for questions and encouragement, and I take that seriously. Then I have the little party emoji that's like blowing the little party horn. It says, I'm so excited for you to feel better. It will arrive in at least 5 business days. You will receive a welcome email or text from me soon to join our Facebook group. Then I have the little iPhone emoji. Download Plexus Go, our free app, and register for Pivotal. There are free workouts and recipes right there at your fingertips. Pencil in one Sunday night at 8 p.m. for a 15-minute Welcome to Plexus Zoom, which it's really not a Welcome to Plexus Zoom. It's the Sunday night calls that Melissa Eichenhorst started. Some of you have probably been on them. They're 15 minutes long. They have 3 speakers. Each of them talk about the products they use and how to make money, how to get to silver immediately. And I started using this as my onboarding system. Guess who has new silvers and new senior silvers? Me. I'm plugging them into a continuous resource that they can be a part of and they can invite their people to. Wonderful, Taylor. Hold on one second. Okay. Now, a couple of things about your onboarding system. For those of you that are kind of thinking, crap, I already have a silver team, senior silver. Like I haven't done that with any of them. The good news about systems is you can always start. You can always start. Okay. And what I love about this is it's kind of like you're all rowing the boat in the same direction. Right now, you're all kind of like doing this and your boat's just spinning in circles. So imagine turning that around and say, hey, everybody, like this is what we're doing. And this is how we're going to greet our people and plug our people in. And we're all going to do this together. Okay. It's taken a year. I have a very big team. I've been trying to create systems for the last year and we're finally there. So I don't expect you to just get it right away, But I do want you to see the importance of having a system if you want to take your business to the next level. And you do, because that means more money. Yes, more workload, but more money and more privileges. Like being a diamond ambassador, we are in the know. We get to know things. We get to work one-on-one with corporate. We get to create new products with our research and development team. Working your way through the Plexus ranks, yeah, you're growing a business. Yeah, you're impacting lives. Yeah, you're on a mission, like all those great things, but also you are impacting and helping Plexus become $1 billion company. And that just means more sustainability and legacy for what you're already creating. So, the first thing that I like to do with my girls that tell me, I want this by this date, we like to map it out. Map it out. So yeah, there's some really cool graphics and resources of, this is what silver looks like and senior silver and gold. And so when I'm mapping out getting to gold, I like that in roll 4, help each of them see a vision. Now, a unicorn perfect plexus land, all 4 of them will go silver and it's great and yippity doo dah. Okay. So instead of that, you will just say, who is sharing? Who is interested in growing this business? Who is showing up? And you're going to spend some time with them. You're going to get to know them. These Zooms that Taylor invites y'all to is exactly that. Growing together, praying for each other, working alongside each other. Okay. But some of you are looking at me like, well, how do you have that conversation about working this business? I'm so glad you asked. Okay. What is your job here in Plexus? If I were to say, Kate, what is Plexus? What do you do? I know you're a brand ambassador, but like, what do you do? Or Brittany, explain to me, what is your job at Plexus? I like to explain it. My dog's fine. She just drank too much water. I like to explain Plexus as I help moms that are sitting at ballparks with more energy to get through a busy sports week and to make money from their phone. Like that's how I describe what I do to other people. And you can make it more professional sounding. You can make it more casual sounding. I help moms stay in their PJs and make money from their home while they're burping a baby. Like however you want to word it, be absolutely 100% sure of your job here in Plexus and what you do. So for example, earlier I mentioned authors, they write books to get, readers of books. That's their job. Author's job is to make more readers of books. So what would your job as a brand ambassador look like? Professional encourager, a hope dealer. Those are lovely terms. I see them in just about every Plexus brand ambassador's Instagram bio, but that ain't it. Let's dig a little deeper. Your job is to create vitamin takers, healthier people as a byproduct of our gut health systems. Making gut health professional and a necessity and a household staple. Like, you don't use a gut health system? You don't use this, like making sure that they understand how critical it is to get to the root. And the cool thing about Plexus, our superpower in this industry is we are the original gut health company. We have stayed in our lane for 15 plus years. We're debt free. We're independently owned. We help people stay in their wellness era. That's what we do. And we sell a lot here. We're not just social sharing. Like it is a part of our daily routines. And I think for those, like, if you've been here for a long time, I've been a part of Plexus for 10 years. And like, I just wake up and it's my routine and I make my slim and I make my hydrate and I like do my things. And some days I don't document it, but it's like crazy. And say I don't document it on Instagram. And then the next day I set up my phone, I hit record. Half the time I'm still asleep. My kids are loud as all get out behind me. I have to mute it and put some cutesy little song over it because Lord help me. And sure enough, a mom's like, what are you mixing? And I'm like, what do you mean? I've been doing this for 10 years. Are you new here? Like, what do you mean? What am I mixing? So even though you feel like it's redundant or boring, do the redundant, boring, consistent work because somebody new that you don't even know is watching and wanting to be a part of that. Okay. Now, sometimes we've sold them on something, and the product that's not even like it. Like it is our business. Our products are like awesome, but that's like secondhand. The it here, the reason why y'all call me Diamond Senior Ruby Emily Roberts, like it's the business. Okay. They're going to buy a bundle of products that might sit in their pantry for a few months because they bought it to get the it from you. But you're not talking about the it. What is the it? The business. We have to talk about the business every single day. I know. Get your dry heaving, get it all out. We have to talk about money every single day. We have to talk about where that money is going every single day. I see you, Stacy, holding that baby on your chest. That's where your money's going, honey. Talk about it. Get on that phone. Be like, do y'all know how expensive babies are? Let me tell you real quick what Plexus helped me pay for. Borrow some of my Southern sass. Borrow my diamond belief that you have what it takes to show up confidently and be like, I make money in Plexus and it paid for. You have to talk about it. If you are working on getting to gold, you ain't going nowhere. That car is parked until you talk about what gold means for you and your family. Okay? So you have to say, I'm going gold because I want to make an extra $1,000 for my family for the holidays so we can give back and so I can get my kids what they actually asked for. I know Christmas isn't about gifts. I know baby Jesus all the I know. But let's be real for a minute. If your 6-year-old ever look at you with tears in her eyes and ask for something, then you could not provide it. Maybe it's food. Maybe it's toilet paper. Maybe it's a little bit more than material things. Maybe it's keeping the lights on. And you say, I can't. You got to go stay with grandma and granddad until I figure this out. That's the childhood that I grew up with. We were WIC and food stamp babies. I shopped at Goodwill until I was 19. I still shop at Goodwill. And my husband's like, you make a lot of money now. You don't have to do that. I'm like, it's in my blood. I can't. That's how I was raised. And so I want you to get really, really comfortable and confident, even if you've only made $32 ever in your history of Plexus business. That was $32 you didn't have before. That $32 went towards your gas, went towards your groceries, went towards your bills, whatever. Maybe it got you some really bomb mascara at the Walgreens, whatever. Talk about it. Talk about it and keep talking about it. Maybe the money that you were trying to earn. Talk about how you are looking for like-minded women that want to make money from their phone, that understand e-commerce and understand social sharing. Make it normal. Normalize it. I don't want to work part-time at McDonald's. I want to work part-time from my phone, looking at my cute Christmas tree with my kids sitting next to me, with my grandkids sitting next to me. Normalize it. Okay? You're selling people on all these great things, but most of the time, especially my silvers and senior silvers, you're so in love with our products. That's just what you're talking about, and that's great. But we cannot forget talking about money and being able to afford those great products. So most of the time, people start sharing about Plexus in order to afford their Plexus, and that is A-okay, and we call it getting your products paid for on our team. So you can lead with that. For those of you that are silver and senior silver and have some people starting to talk about their Plexus, maybe they're just texting you. You know what I like to do? And some of my girls are on this call tonight. They're going to be like, you totally did that to me. What I like to do is I'll text them like very specific questions because I'm looking for a specific answer that I can then screenshot and put in my Instagram stories. Look at this happy customer and her results. And then I'm like, I tag them, but like I hide their name. And they're like, okay, I see what you did there. And I'm like, you wouldn't share, so I shared for you. Mm-hmm. So, okay. I'm glad that y'all do the same thing because y'all are laughing. All right. So when someone is talking to you about the business and you get weird, right? You get weird because you're like, I don't know how to talk about that. I'm not there yet. Okay. Well, why do you want to be there? Why do you need $500? Times be tough. Okay. You ain't the only one. Maybe you just you just want to go to TJ Maxx and you don't want your husband to say anything when you get home. Maybe that's it. You just want to go and have some extra spending money. Maybe you just need to keep the lights on. Maybe you need an oil change and you got to call your daddy up. You're like, Dad, I really need help with my oil change. And he's like, you are 34 years old. What do you mean? I don't know what your life situation looks like. but there's some reason why you are here that's way bigger than products, and you got to get bold. Okay. So some things that I like to say when talking about this business is I look back at the day that I began. So for me, it'd be like, I've been doing this Plexus thing since 2014. Instead of saying something like that, you can say it a little differently, like, people like you have been benefiting from using Plexus since 2014 because I said yes to a military mom and bought her probiotic. I could have gone to Walgreens. I could have gone, but people have been benefiting from Plexus for 10 years because I said yes. Think about the day that you joined. People have made, like, I think, Taylor, who is your upline? Is it, are you under Jordan Ronberry?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Oh, I can hear you, but like I can't. That's like,
Oh,
you're good. Just yes, you are. Okay. So something that she does often that I love is there's like complete chaos in her kitchen with her kiddos. And it's like she just mutes that video of chaos and you can totally see it. But then she has this little graphic and it has all the different types of money you can earn in Plexus. And she's like, busy mom making bank. And she's just real nonchalant, just like, look at the chaos in my kitchen, but I'm making bank. And she does that every single day. Like, I follow her on Instagram and I just love it. And I hope that you know that you have a lineage of upline that are no different than you. They might just have a little bit extra courage and belief because they are achieving the things that you are working to achieve. But that doesn't take away from you. There's so much available to be achieved. There's so much room for new golds and senior golds and rubies. I want to tell you all a story. When I went gold, I literally called and begged my mom to sign up to be the last person to hit 100 points. She was working. And I was like, and she had already tried Plexus in the past and was like, no, thank you. And I was like, listen, Linda, I really, really need you to sign up. I'm one person away. The clock strikes at midnight. Like it was literally month end at the end. And she was like, okay, fine. I'll give you my information. Sign me up. So my mom is who helped me get to gold. Okay. After that, it's like, I don't know. I just had this little light bulb moment and I was like, I need to get good at this. Not beg people to order for me, not froth at the mouth and freak out about sales. I just need to get good at this. And so I went on to Google, good old Google, and I was like, how to get good at sales. And then I was like, backspace, how to get good at network marketing sales. And at the time, there was literally like 3 books. Like, our industry was like not providing any really good resources other than Leadership through John Maxwell. We had nothing. And I found these 2 books. The first one was Go Pro by Eric Worre, which, by the way, if you want to hear network marketing stories that just have you so convicted of like, this is why I'm here, it's so much bigger than getting to gold. He has some excellent interviews of leaders in network marketing, from beginners to people that have been in network marketing for 50 years and the money and the impacts that they've made. He has a great podcast, okay? But his book, Go Pro, had some really basic points about getting out of that victim mindset of like, well, my upline doesn't train me and I don't know how to do this and this is hard. And he just is like, pull yourself together, get out of that thought. Let's go. It's up to you. Make the decision. Really? Did I not say that at the beginning of the Zoom? The art of decision making. Decide. This is for me. I'm going to get good at this. I can go gold. And if I can go gold, I can teach others how to go gold. And then I can go senior gold and I can go all the way to diamond. Gold and diamond are the 2 hardest ranks to ever achieve in Plexus. And you will hear that from everybody ever. And it's not even because of the comp plan. The comp plan is very simple. It's mindset. It's just mindset. Okay. So when I was going from gold to senior gold, I decided I'm not enrolling anyone. I'm going to help girls on my team get to gold. So when people signed up with me, I didn't even tell them about silver. And back then, we didn't even have the rank of senior silver. You literally went from silver to gold. So imagine that mindset. And so what we would do is, a part of our onboarding system was, how quickly can you get to gold? And we would strategize around it. And we would talk about you can enroll 4 and help each of them get to silver. You can, if you have massive influence and then, you network really well, you could try to enroll 17 to 25 people by yourself. Some girls did it and they were crazy and they were awesome. But I mean, I was just looking at the long term. What was something that I could still do in my 40s, in my 50s, and teach others to do? And so I read that GoPro book. The second book I read, which is like a 72 pager, literally lock yourself in the bathroom and you could read it in a day, is Go for No by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz. There is a new one with Ray Higdon, and it is for network marketers. That's not the one I want you to read. I want you to read the original. It's literally, it may even be less than 72 pages. But the reason why I'm telling you about this is because this is the book that took me, literally, my mindset from a gold ambassador, freaking out that I was going to lose all my points, to senior gold the next month and ruby the month after that. Back-to-back rank ups. And this book about Go for No is a book on sales and your mindset. Instead of, chasing the goal all month long and just kind of halfway doing the work, setting the intention, I'm going to hit my goal the first week of the month. I'm going to have 50 points by Saturday. And I'm not doing anything else. I'm not watching Netflix. I'm not decorating my Christmas tree. I'm not going to all my kids' baseball practices. I'm going to delegate to my man. I'm going to delegate to the neighbor whose kid's also on the team, whatever. I'm not doing anything until this goal is met. Yes, you're going to shower and shave and make your dinner. But other than that, and just looking at it through a lens of, I don't have time. I don't have time. The race is against me. It's me versus me. And I'm going to hit this goal by Friday so that I have the rest of the month to teach my other people how to hit their goal by the end of the next week. And you guys, this is what took me from Ruby to Senior Ruby 2 months after that to Emerald 2 months after that. It's a little bit bigger of a point gap. From Ruby to Senior Ruby, it's 250 point growth. Senior Ruby to Emerald is doubling your team size. It's a little intimidating when you look at the math, but also when people are excited and they get it and they're front loading their month with, I'm not doing anything until I hit these numbers, or until I have this many conversations, or I get live with all 3 of my VIPs, or if I get on the phone 5 minutes each with all 4 VIPs. Let me just tell you something, y'all. I'm a diamond, and I just started doing welcome calls again because I used to just text. I don't know, something about COVID in 2020, everybody got weird and we all started texting and stopped getting on the phone. I don't know why, but we did. And so I started calling all my new people, all ages, 18 to 78, I think is my oldest customer. She's 78. And she found me on Instagram and I was like, hey, I just have a little 5-minute real quick. I didn't even know what I was going to do in 5 minutes. I'm like, how do you help someone in 5 minutes? And it was just the fact that I wasn't a robot plexus, a weirdo. I was me in the car with my kids fighting over who's going to sit in the front seat. And I'm like, hey, my kids are being crazy right now. Welcome to Plexus. I'm so glad that you made that purchase. I'm so proud of you. Did you have a chance to download the Plexus Go app? Like literally that's all that came out of me because I was like, I got nothing. But it gave her a chance to talk and I got to know her. And then she asked, I have a friend that wants to order too. What do I do? I'm sorry, what? This wasn't a call for that. Okay. Like just getting on the phone with him for 5 minutes. And so then I was like, new goal unlocked. Like I was so excited. So now it's like, okay, if I enroll the 8 or how many do you need for Christmas cash? Is it 8, 4, and then 8, right? Okay. Had a brain fart. So if I enroll 8 people this month to earn the $600 Christmas cash, my goal was to have my 8 welcome calls by the 15th of the month. I'll have you know I'm at 6 new VIPs. I have 3 days to enroll 2 more and have 2 more phone calls. But it's that lens of looking at your month in a different way, not waiting until the last 4 days of the month, freaking out because your numbers aren't where they're supposed to be. Or I had all month long and I didn't tell one person about the free reset. Weird, right? I know I've been there. I've had months like that. Okay. But just kind of looking at it in reverse. What if you did what you do on the last day of the month on the first day of the month? And you set yourself up for this epic month, and then your girls are running with you, not running away from you. Oh, here she comes. This last day of the month. She wants me to order. right? But instead, it's the beginning of the month and they're like, let's go, free reset. And they're talking in your chat or whatever you use to hype them up. Okay. So that book, Go for No, talks about just that. This guy sells printers, like copiers. I know. I don't even know if this generation knows what that is. But back in the day, if you needed to make copies, you had to go to Kinko's or somewhere, FedEx, and they would print you copies. Well, this guy sold those to big companies. And he would set this goal to sell so many. And if he hit the goal, he was done. And he would clock out, go golf, blah, blah, blah. Okay. One day, he does that. He goes golfing, slips and falls, hits his head, goes into a coma, and he's in a coma for a long time. And while he's in a coma, he has this crazy dream of him in the future, and he's a multi-billionaire. And his future self is like, bro, you don't know how you got here? Because you didn't just stop when you hit the goal. You went beyond the goal. You were 110% all the time. You learned to hit the goal. You learned to rest. You learned how to have valuable conversations. And it's like all these skills that he learned. So when the guy comes out of a coma, you better believe he became the multi-billionaire that he dreamt about in that dream. And that is what the story is all about. It's a great story on sales and just going for it and go for no. Go for no. Count your no's. I always like to say when the only difference between me and you is that I've heard the word no way more than you. That's it. I just had the courage to go for it. And sometimes like, not for me. Okay. Sometimes they send you ugly emojis and they block you and they yell at you and all the things. Okay. Okay, this is my job. It's what I'm supposed to do. Do your job. Show up. Talk to people about gut health. Talk to people about making money. Shamelessly, just do your job, right? So if you want to develop a new silver tomorrow, here are 5 things that I would do if I were you. Get on the phone with them and build belief. Don't text. If you absolutely cannot do it and you're like, Emily, that makes me want to throw up. I just cannot. Okay, fine. Record a video of yourself. Say their name. Mean it. Marissa, I'm so glad that you signed up with me to use these Plexus products. But did you know you have a referral link and that you have an opportunity to earn over $320 today? What if we helped 3 people today order exactly what you ordered? I know, it's crazy, right? Over $300. I want to help you do that. Are you open to it? Blink. Hit the send button. One of the questions I like to ask when I'm having that conversation is, will you trust me? Not do you, but will you trust me and use our system that works? Okay. Number 2, the things. How many of you have told Taylor, Marissa, your upline, your friend, I'm doing the things? Okay. But are you doing the things that matter? Or as I like to say, every now and then when I start working hard, I start speaking in this weird British accent. I'm like, the things that matter. You have to do things that matter or they do not matter at all. And my kids are like, Mom, you're so weird. But you know what? It makes me happy. So we're going to do the things that matter. And tomorrow you're going to remember that when you're doing the things that don't matter. And you're going to be like, Emily Roberts' British accent is in my head right now. Okay. Most don't think they have a story to share. So I like to remind them of where they're at, where they are headed, and why they're going that way. Then we will set a specific time for their newsfeed for them to share just that. One of my favorite ways to do that is with Post-it notes. They are $1 at the Dollar General. Get your butt down there, get you some Post-it notes. 17 orders to get to gold. 17. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to put your Post-it notes on the wall. You're going to get you a little Sharpie. You know what? Kids love Sharpies. Let them write on the Post-it notes. 1, 2, 3. You're going to take 17 Post-it notes. Every single time someone orders from you, you get to update your Instagram stories. You get to update your Facebook. It's interactive. It's fun. You get the family involved. There's no Sharpies on your wall. They're on the Post-it notes, okay? Okay. But this is going to show your audience, this is where I'm going. You're invited to be a part. This is why we're doing it. Getting to gold will mean this. It is 17 orders. Here's what that looks like. The people that already exist on your team, write their name on the Post-it notes. Abigail, her subscription went out. Mary Beth ordered her triplex. Make it personal, okay? But do the things that are intentional and matter, okay? All right, number 3. Hold your new VIP's hand through the follow-up process, Okay. That's their first 4 weeks, their first month. Yes, we are adults. Yes, we should be able to take our vitamins on our own. However, we don't. Okay. So, um, if I want my new person to make their first post, I provide it for them. I'm really great at that. It's not weird to me. I love it. I like talking to people on social media. A lot of people share weird cat videos and recipes, and that's all they got. Okay. So we got to help them. You got to help them. So write it for them. Jordan Roddenberry, Taylor, y'all have some great examples of women that make short and sweet things. I ordered gut health vitamins from Taylor. This is my Facebook post. Dad gummit, I made it. You know, like even it's sarcastic and self-deprecating, just get it up there. Okay. But I help them write it. And then if someone likes it or comments or the team comes in to support them, we celebrate that and we get it done. And then we show them that wasn't so bad. You didn't die. Let's do it again tomorrow. Okay. But you got to hold their hand. Sometimes you got to FaceTime them and be like, listen here, suck it up, Buttercup. We're making a post today. And like I told y'all before, statistics have shown, the algorithm has shown 20 times. They have to see it 20 times before they even make a decision. Is she for real? Is this spam? Did she get hacked? Is this legit? Do I need gut health? Maybe I need gut health. Do I need a probiotic? I need that probiotic. How do I order that 20 times. Okay. I literally just walked you through how I got here. Okay. Number 4. Help them host an event or invite them to participate in your next team one. Our team likes to do these on Thursdays. They're 15 minutes. We highlight reset or we highlight the weight loss basics or the triplex. That's it. That's it. I don't get crazy. I know we have 31 products. I ain't trying to talk. I ain't got enough time for that. I know what sells. I know my audience and I know what they want. Most of the time it's gut health or it's the weight loss basics. We just keep it really simple. We have a board that has these events ready to go. I will appoint 2 of my new silvers. I'm like, hey, I would love for you to be our hostess for the week. Here's the content you're going to use. Y'all take turns. You got odd numbers, you got evens. Ready? We're going to start at 8. It's awesome. I love helping them believe in themselves. I challenge each of you to ask Marissa and Taylor, how can I host the next event? I know you have the content ready. Put me in, coach, and just do it. Just do it. Be so proud of yourself, okay? Okay, number 5, plug them into your team page or your team chat, and then welcome them when they're silver. So getting them to silver, doing the things behind the scenes, then welcome them to the business builder chat or celebrate big and recognize them as welcome our newest ambassador. She also went silver in 7 days. Carolee is here. Dun, 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 dun. And then you get to go in there and recognize them and talk about how awesome they are and say, you know, Carolee did the things that matter. She didn't fluff around. She was like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to love people well. And I'm going to talk about my triplex every single day. I'm going to host an event, you know, instead of, I don't even know what people do when they sign up and they just sit on it and they're like waiting for the products to make a post. I really don't know, but I'm like, just do it. It's like, I ordered this. Do we not do that for everything else? And so for those of you that are trying to get to that next step in your business, you're overcomplicating it. So just like you get excited about a Nike sweatshirt or tennis shoes you bought, you know, hey, I ordered this probiotic. Here's what it's doing for me. Maybe it's doing nothing for you yet. Here's what it did for my friend Taylor. Here's what my friend Emily told me. She had really crazy yeast infections postpartum, and this is the only thing that worked. You have my blessing. Go ahead and post it. It's gross, but whatever. Okay, so those are my top 5 things that I would do. If you want a number 6, it's plugging them into the Sunday night Zooms. They are every single week unless it's a major holiday. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. They're 15 minutes long. There is a system in place where they text a number. And then when they text that phone number, it's going to walk them through a 6-day getting to silver system. If you want to text it and go through the system with your new people, great. It's a great refresher course if you've been here for a minute, and it's awesome to see what other people are doing and how they're teaching people to get to silver in this business. Okay. So, I don't know how long you wanted me to talk, Taylor, but basically you guys, you got this. You've been overthinking it far too long. You're going to get to gold. Give yourself a deadline. You know what to do. You need to have more conversations. You got to ask. You know, that cute girl that owns a boutique in your town, ask her, hey, do this with me. You're already busy. What's one more thing? That cutesy mom at the gym. Hey, what pre-workout are you using? Come use mine. Just go for it. Ask. And then you will see, oh, wow, gold wasn't so far off anyways. Like getting to senior gold. And then you show your people, this is how I got to gold. And then this Zoom will be a how we got to senior Ruby Zoom, right? Any questions? Taylor, we good? Do you want me to keep going? I can keep going.
That was great. I literally have like so many, like literally so many
Wait, I
notes.
can't. Can y'all hear
But
her? I cannot hear her.
oh,
Oh, never mind. It was me. You were muted.
okay. I was like, what's happening here? But it was also like really cool to know because like your system is very similar to my system. Like almost every single one of these steps is exactly what I do, like line for line. Yeah, I mean, if anybody has any questions, I know I have one, but if anybody has any that they want to ask, go for it.
I have a question. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
You said like starting new conversations is like what you do mainly, and I mentioned like saying like, oh, I like your hat. Like what does it look like for you as far as like bringing Plexus into it? Like what does that look like for you? Oh,
You're muted.
Sorry. I like to engage with people. So if I'm going back and forth with UK and I'm, interacting with your Instagram, or maybe you go to the gym with me, maybe you're an Instagram stranger, I don't know. I will engage with you and look at your posts, comment on your reels, interact with your stories, and then I'm just going to shoot my shot. I literally do not see sales any different than dating. And if you've ever been in the dating world, it is seriously the same. You flirt with your person, you butter them up, and you shoot your shot. And they might say no. And it's like, you know what? Tell me no. But this is what you're saying no to. You're saying no to staying bloated. You're saying no to not having energy for those workouts. You're saying no to not making $300 today because I know you can. I see your influence. And just kind of, you just shoot your shot. You got to go for it. Now, there are going to be days where you are like, I'm feeling so confident and on top of the world. Let's go. And then there's going to be days where you're a turtle and you go in your shell and you're like, no, thank you. I'd rather die. And you just kind of, you know, when you're in the mindset to just go for it. You don't want to be in like a defensive mindset or like a stressed out mom mindset. Like you don't want to be there when you're going to this potential, like, so for example, when we were leaving Maui, the Emerald Extravaganza, and I know some of you are going to be like, what? I admitted this to my leaders, but I had not reached out to this potential in fear of her telling me no. And she's so encouraging. Like anytime I would make some sort of post about the Emerald Extravaganza or Plexus, she would heart it, like it. Sometimes she would reply, I need that. And I just like blew her off. And this girl owns a boutique in our town. It's like everyone knows her, everyone. And like literally she could be like, I need 17 people to order Plexus, and they would probably all do it. And I don't know. No, she's not on. I'm like, is she on tonight? Yeah, so you know where this story's going. So we're leaving Maui, and I looked at my husband. I said, I'm going to ask, her name's Ashley. I'm like, I'm going to ask Ashley. And he was like, you haven't asked her yet? You're in there like 3 times a week shopping. So I'm like, she said, are you ever coming back from Maui? That's what she said. And I was like, I could have read that as a little snobby, but I didn't. I was like, well, you should be here with me next year. She goes, well, let's do it. She was waiting for me to ask. Kate, you got to ask. You got to shoot your shot. You're never going to know. Hannah is a senior Ruby on my team who was a happy customer for 8 months. 8 months. She was in sales. Beautiful. We worked together at Texas Roadhouse in college. And I made a post that said, who has $39.95 and wants to be debt free in the next year? Because I liked to post non-compliant things. Do not post that. And she commented on it, and I about peed my pants. And I was like, babe, Hannah commented on my post. And he's like, I don't know who that is. And I'm like, whatever. So I go and I message her and I'm like, Hannah, you want to build this Plexus business with me? And she was like, yeah, I have a wedding to pay for. I just thought you didn't want me on your team. You got to ask. Use and take all the belief and courage that I embody and just shoot your shot. And you know what? Some people are going to tell you no for 4 years until it's the right timing for them.
Yeah.
It's always the right timing for Kate. Always shoot your shot. Listen to music that hypes you up. That's what I do. I listen to like Justin Bieber, and then I'm like, we're going to message 40 people today.
I love that. Thank you.
Anybody else have a question? Or Heather put in the chat, I normally hit a hard wall every time when it comes to the business. Is there something you look for when pursuing business builders? I've had yeses, but then they don't want to actively do anything for it. So, two questions, Heather. What is your expectation? And are you setting a very clear expectation for them when they say yes? And my second one is you don't find business builders, they are developed. You have to create them. It's like a Plexus Frankenstein situation. Okay. I screamed no, threw a tantrum, pounded my fist. Don't ever, ever, ever put me in a Facebook group. Don't ever, 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 ever ask me to share Plexus. I was the mean girl to the girl that I signed up with until I saw a silver sparkly graphic that said Yvonne earned $100. And I was like, hold on a minute. Was this a giveaway? How'd she do that? And she said, I signed up 3 customers. I was like, I was a 24 nerd. I was like, oh, I know 3 unhealthy people. I can do that in a day. Guess who went silver in a day? But I didn't know. I think what happens is we want these business builders. We say, come work this business with me, but then we don't have a system for getting to silver. So those Sunday night calls would be a great way to strengthen that business confidence, Heather, of, hey, I want you to get on a Sunday night Zoom with me. It's only 15 minutes. Could you pencil me in and pick a date? And say, I will remind you, set a reminder on your phone to remind them to get on with you. And then after the Zoom, be like, what did you think? Did you text earn to that number? I'm going to do it with you. But it's a matter, it's that flow, that system that you have in place. Like they say, yes, great. This is the next thing. Okay. They do that. This is the next thing. But if we're just like, we got a yes, and then it's like deer in headlights, like hopefully that provided some clarity to what you were looking for. Because if they don't know their next step and you don't know their next step, nobody's stepping, right? So hopefully that was what you were looking for. Did that help?
I guess what I was looking for is I've had people like I've talked about the business with them. They want to do the business. I've given them their first post. I've asked for like referral posts. They say yes. I give them all the stuff and then nothing. And I reach back out and they're like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. And then nothing.
I like to, let's just say, for example, Brandy. Brandy is a girl on my team. She was a customer for 2 freaking years. And I would be like, you should share that. This is really great. You should post that. Because she would always text it to me. And I'm like, you should make a post. You should do that. You should do that. She's a busy teacher. She was in another network marketing company that sold makeup. And I'd be like, oh, look at your face changing before everyone's eyes because she had lost weight and inflammation. And I was just like, you should post this. I'm like sending her before and after photos of herself. 2 years, dude. 2 years. And it was up to them. Now, I think your consistency and your reminders and giving them, like, those are all the right steps. But until they're in a situation of, I do need the money, or they have that mindset, or like, hey, this is what you're saying no to. Every time you don't make that post, every time you don't do this, this is what you're saying no to, like a trip to the Bahamas right now. Every post you're not making, you're saying no to a trip for 2 to the Bahamas. Every time you don't get on that Zoom to learn about sales, you're saying no to a trip to the Bahamas. Like reminding them, like, this is so much more than a probiotic, so much more than $300 at silver. There are girls that are making over $1,000 this month going for gold. And I think people just don't know what they don't know. So pick one person. So like for me, I was laser focused on Brandy. I just knew in my heart that Brandy would be a diamond in Plexus. Even if it was 2050 by the time she got there, I just knew she would be a diamond. And I just stuck with it and texted her every time. And now Brandy is working on senior gold. And she came to convention this past June and started to work the business. But I mean, it took 2 years, almost 18 months probably. And Brandy is a teacher and a busy mom of 3, and we're in 2 different time zones. So we had every odd against us. So I just encourage you to like pick the one person that you believe in so wholeheartedly Like they have the network, they have the community, they have the grit and all that, you know what I mean? They check all the boxes of like your dream teamer and just get laser focused on them and encourage them and build that relationship. And I think, and Brandy, if you're still listening, maybe speak to the fact that, okay, she didn't believe in herself. And so I was literally her hype girl for 2 years. And now this chick, by the way, the Brandy is leading the reset in the One Plexus community Facebook group right now. That's my girl. And introvert, introvert, introvert. And she's over here leading the corporate wide reset. So miracles happen. Cue the Princess Diaries theme song because that is that story right there. Thank you for laughing and getting my joke because I'm like, anybody know that? Okay. All right. Hopefully that helped, Heather. Any other questions? Any clarity around creating a system? Usually the next step that you are avoiding to get to that next rank, that's just 100% the thing that you should get laser focused on. Listen to a podcast on it. Follow accounts on Instagram. Like for so long, my Instagram was like luxury handbags and getting your nails done. And I was like, ooh, we got to clean this up because the algorithm will send you what you look at. So now my favorite guy to follow, which I wanted to play this for y'all. He motivates me every day. I send it to my girls and I'm like, you needed to hear him. This guy right here.
You got to get to. It's another level that you got to grow to. It's another level that you got to run through. It's something that you need to run through to get to where you want to go. It's another level. It's another level that you got to get to. It's another level that you got to grow to. It's another level that you got to run through.
So he is like a motivational speaker. The name of his is King No _ and he has the Mind Bully podcast. And it's King No. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you see that? King No _ and he loves the Lord and he literally just speaks life into people. And he's like, my favorite one is, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. And he's like yelling at the phone and you're like, got this. And then I go and I send the messages, Kate. Literally, you don't need Justin Bieber. Just listen to this guy. He is so encouraging. And especially the girls on your team that have ranked up and they've fallen back in rank, like they get in their head and they just don't think they have the energy to do it again. But you have to listen to things that give you energy and hang out with people that give you energy and get on Zooms like this that are energy giving. And that's 100%. I'll listen to him. Brittany Howard is a gazillion star diamond in Plexus that has a podcast, Lead Her Ship. Why are there balloons on my face? I don't know. Lead Her Ship podcast. And it's for moms. It's for Plexus ambassadors. So good. And then if you want to clean up your systems and the way you think about your business long-term, the Ambition Coalition, that's the training me and Taylor have been participating in. Just so epically good. You'll learn about ChatGPT and things that just make you look cooler and more professional in your business. But those are some things that y'all can get plugged into that just, they elevate you. It takes your business, like, stop thinking of your business as, oh, I'm just a silver ambassador. I just made $300. Like, no, dude. I'm going to help 17 women by the end of this year and grow my business and earn over $1,000. Like, say those things, write them down, talk about it on Facebook, get them sticky notes out, send me pictures, tag me on Instagram tomorrow. I hope all of you put 17 sticky notes on your wall and make some sort of post or Instagram story and walk people through that and tag me. I cannot wait to see that. All y'all be going gold. There's 16 of you. Oh, minus the 3 of us, 13 of you. That's 1,300 points. Isn't that crazy to think about? Emerald is 15 golds. What? Helping 15 people in your levels 1, 2, or 3 get to gold, and you're going to go emerald. I know.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, what did you do with like, did you have friends who were like so turned off? Like a lot of my friends are like so turned off by the idea. They obviously know that I'm doing this, but it's like an elephant in the room every time we get together. Like, how do you
Ask
How
them
did you
why.
handle that?
Ask them why. Say, have I made it weird? Am I weird? Like,
But
why?
like we haven't even talked about it. They just see what I post, but they don't ask me about it because we've already
Mm,
had the
mm,
discussion. They're already like turned off by it
Miss Ma'am, how do you know they're turned off by it? Is
because
that a
they
thought?
already told me
Who told you
before
that?
I started. Before I started.
Hmm. So ask them why. What part of it's weird? What part of me getting healthier and nursing my baby is weird? Like, that's what I would want to know. Like, I'm open, I'm all ears. I like to learn. I like to ask questions. So I'd be like, why is this weird again? Why are you doing this again? And not in like a
How do I
shameful
bring it
way.
up?
Say what?
How do I bring it up?
Who's bothering you the most? There's somebody in your group of friends that's bothering you the most. Who is it?
No, it's like there's like five girls that like take supplements and they talk about it in front of me, knowing like, this is what I'm doing now, but they won't like address what I'm doing.
Hmm. I don't know about y'all, but they don't sound like your people. I had friends like that too that literally would support anything but me. I have family members to this day that will not use Plexus. They will use anything but. My own dad does like prove it or something. I don't even know. I don't talk to him, but
Okay,
anyways,
that's what I'm wondering. Like,
yeah.
how do
Um,
you deal with that?
yeah, I mean, Marissa says, maybe approach it individually. The one that you have the best relationship with, we'll just call her Julie. Be like, Julie, what's up? Why are you
Mm-hmm.
still using Walgreens vitamins when you know that's what I offer people?
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna have
Okay.
to go get you one, sis. Like you're gonna have to ask. Vanessa, yes, that's what I was gonna say next is literally if you're together, you hand them this thing and say, shake this up, mix it up right here. I want to see you
Okay.
drink the Kool-Aid. I want to see you. I I will never ever forget um that when I went Ruby. So mind you guys, I was in California. That's where my husband was stationed. I went to my first Plexus event. I was a new Ruby ambassador. I told you I was on top of the world. I taught my team how to get to gold. It was great. Go home from that meeting, tell my husband I'm going to go Emerald. I'm going to get a Plexus Lexus, all the things. And he's like, you're crazy. He hated Plexus back then. You're crazy. We got orders to Virginia. We need to be out of the house in 4 days. And I was like, what? So 4 days later, not only did I lose my grandfather, who was like my dad, he died literally on the road trip to Virginia. It was so awful. I was so thankful to have my Ruby paycheck because we were able to stop and buy a hotel and see family and be there for that. But we get to Virginia. I'm literally throwing myself a miserable pity party because I know nobody. I have my new baby and my grumpy husband that hates Plexus, even though he was stealing all my pink drinks. They were on the floorboard of our car. And I'm sitting in my house and I'm like, I want to go to Target and I want to buy new home decor. So I start taking all our stuff off the walls and I start selling it on Facebook Marketplace. And this girl is like, I want to come buy that. And I had two pink drinks on my counter and she came to pick up the decor. And I said, you don't know me and this is going to be weird, but will you just drink this and tell me it's awesome? I'm in sales and this is what I sell. And it's the Gut Health pink drink. And it's not here on the East Coast yet. And I'm going to introduce it to the whole East Coast. Literally a stranger on the internet that came to buy home decor for me. And she was like, okay, yeah, great. Welcome to Virginia. Takes the home decor, gets in her car. I shut my door. I'm like banging my head on my front door, like, idiot, idiot, you're stupid, like whatever. Ding dong. 5 minutes later, my doorbell rings. Open my door. It's that same girl. And she goes, I don't know what this is, but it tastes great. And I will sell the you know what out of it. What do I need to do? Literally, literally cried the whole way to Virginia. Lord, am I supposed to be in Plexus? What am I doing? None of my friends want this. I don't even have friends where I'm going. Like, God will provide. And it's going to be so weird how he provides. It's so weird. It never will make human sense to you. And that girl was the first Ruby on my team. And that's when I went Emerald. I was the first Jewel in Virginia. I was 24 years old, the youngest Jewel in Plexus at the time. Me and Amber Miller were like neck and neck all the way to Diamond. I love our stories. Pretty crazy. And it was a stranger on the internet that just was like, tell me what to do. I'm in. She had nothing to lose. So those girls clearly value what other people think of them. Stacy does not value that. You have growth. You have growth. And it is evident that you have a growth mindset and you are not hung up on that. They are hung up on that. But they also still care enough to take supplements and buy them. So what I like to do and Jordan does this, and I think Taylor probably does this, and Marissa probably does this too, is if I have someone telling me no, or I know they want this and they're not saying yes, then I'm talking to them every day in my stories. So I'm healthy swaps. Like, this is what you're buying. Well, this is what we offer in Plexus. This is sell this, earn this in Plexus. And like, I'll never forget a story that Jordan said this girl on her team would message her every time she saw her at the gym in the morning. She was like, I'm so jealous of your morning workouts. There's no beef head guys in there hogging the weights. And Jordan was like, yeah. I know. Maybe one day you'll do Plexus with me and we can have our morning workouts together or whatever. And the girl was like, yeah, no, thank you. And so this went on and on and on. So Jordan kept showing up every morning, posting her workouts. Now she has that personal trainer that comes to her house. Awesome. But she's like posting, and that girl was like, I can't take it anymore. I want that life. I'm so sick of guys taking weights from me. I'm so sick of this, or whatever. And she just had enough that she was like, tell me what I got to do to earn this much money to do that. And so I just, those girls, and not that they're bullying you or anything like that. I think they just don't know what they don't know. Ignorance is bliss. They think their Walgreens vitamin is awesome. They think their Alani Nu is giving them energy. They think whatever. Show them why Plexus is better without being ugly. Be consistent. And I promise you, it might take them 4 years, 5 years. It might take them 5 days, 5 hours. You never know. They're going to see you not giving up. And there's a girl that just rejoined my team like 3 months ago, and her message to me was, I want your life. I should have never quit 10 years ago because I thought it was stupid, and it's totally not stupid. I literally want your life. Like, that was her and like, I saw her name pop up and I immediately was like, I don't want to open that. And then I like held it down to see the little preview. And I was like, I even showed my husband. I was like, dude, look at this. 10 years went by. I've built this business for 10 years. And she was like, no, this is dumb. It's sales, bleh, whatever. Guess who's in sales for a living and works for someone else and hates her life? Never sees her kids. This new girl. So I share that with you because they don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they're missing out on. Tell them what they're saying no to. Do it backwards. You can tell me no, but here's what you're saying no to. You're saying no to a trip or to the Bahamas. You're saying no to a Plexus Lexus. You're saying no to intimate community Zooms. You ain't going to get this at Sunday school, sister. You only going to get it here. And you just got to show people that. Because they don't know. Just like One Plexus. It sounds so weird and culty, right? And then you're here and you're like, this is One Plexus. I don't know any of you, and I'm training your team. Like, it's actually really, really special. They don't have that in other companies. I have girls that come over from other companies all the time. They're like, y'all are nice to each other. I'm like, yes. Like, it's not like that on our team Zooms. Like, you take notes and you talk crap about everybody the whole time. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, and we don't hang out outside of Plexus. We don't talk to each other. It's like cutthroat, like every man for himself. And I'm like, I'm literally cheering on the up and coming diamond over here, like telling people to order from her. Like, blows my mind. What we have is very special here. Okay. So, man.
Also, can I just piggyback off of that too?
Yeah.
Like, so Stacey, I think about that in regards to like us though. Like, how many times were you and I together and it was like an elephant in the room because I'm like, I know and you know, but we're not talking about it, but we both know. But then other times we would get together and I would just boldly bring it up and you would tell me no, and that was fine, right? But like the confidence that I had that you would be great at this way surpassed what I was worried about you potentially saying like in that moment.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing is like that was one of the comments that I told Taylor was like, how am I going to get people to do this when I myself was like so, you know, saying no all the time. So I guess I just have to keep that in mind. Like, I was the exact same way. So it just
Absolutely.
takes persistence, I think, sometimes.
Absolutely. And like that guy, that King No guy that stands on his balcony and yells nice things at you. I share those at least 2 or 3 times a week. And literally when I do I created it's a whole other topic in training, but a sales funnel, and I use my Jot form, and I always have a new customer after I post one of his videos. And I think it's because he's so motivational about like, make the decision. You can do it. Make the decision. You can do it. Like he just repeats it 8 times and he's like, God didn't create you to be boring. And he always says like really funny, nice things. And these women that follow me that just, they think they have to be me. I don't want you to be me. God made you, you, and you have such great, unique skills that I could never have, that you will only have, that people will order from you or come to you or build a business with you because you are you. And I really do think just start listening to him. Like, promise me you're going to get on and just listen to like 3 of his videos. And like, they might even make you cry, but they're so good. And it will shift your thinking about, I can get to gold. I do know how to help people rank up in this business. I can make money in this. And like the way he talks is how you will start talking to yourself too. All right, Taylor, it's bedtime.
That was so good. No, that was so good. I'm like, yeah, I could just keep listening. No, that was so good. Okay. Emily, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. This was just incredible. I'm going to stop recording before I forget.